Before I die, yo, I need you to feel that. And then my job with you is done. Then he got in my face, mean mugging, mouth twisted, voice growling and low. Them Spanish niggas ain't rotting in their graves for fun. They heads had a price on them. Cash the fuck out. I swiped my nose as I looked away. That fucking truth was too dark. I got lost in the details of that all this time later. It was too fucking complicated. And since getting back up with her, that situation had turned even more complicated. Preem reached over to grab a bag of Cheetos. As he changed the subject and started yapping about local shit, I listened. But so much of what he said earlier played in the background of my head. He brought up Kennedy. We never talked about Kennedy, but somehow Preem always knew there was a Kennedy. By the time the guards called the visit, all the plastic from the vending machine junk food was open and crumbled on the table. He reached over for Dap, offering parting words of wisdom, and took off for a waiting guard in front of the room. I didn't recognize him from the back. He was wider and his hair longer than he used to keep it on the streets. Around me, lots of visitors stood, looking ahead at their loved ones being handled like cattle. A few turned back while being cuffed to return to their pods. I was no different as I waited for Preem's turn in line to be restrained. I couldn't believe this was my OG, locked down and chained. He was a long way from that commanding figure who took me up to the woods out west and taught me how to aim my first rifle and silence an automatic. Supreme was my come-up. And now he was this. I thought as I watched, lost in it all. And to Supreme, a dude with locks that sat all the way on the other side of the room during the visit shouted, "You couldn't live out your dreams." A few people across the room quickly picked up and sang with him. I didn't recognize it at first. It was the last of my verse in Corrupt Heart's single, Supreme Being. Father to a mass of soldiers, we stand on your shoulders. Life don't end 'cause you down in the pen. Every day I breathe a free man, I'm soaring on the wings of your sins. By the last two bars, Supreme was singing along with them, though his voice wasn't as loud and animated. A white guard recited the lines with the chorus. A white dude in the middle of fucking Kansas knew my lyrics. A black corrections officer, the only black one in sight, bounced his head, familiar with the tune too. All eyes somehow landed on me. I gave a short neck bow, hands